Hey everyone, it's your man Clash coming to you with a new video. No, it is not on General Skywalker. Much cooler than that, it is on veteran smuggler Han with his detonator and his badass mods and his salty gray hair. I was a little bit crazy, of course, and you all know I put a video out a couple days ago on me taking him to Relic 3 and now taking him to Relic 7. And I had this weird idea pop into my brain about what he could do potentially. And so I am showing you just some footage on why I started thinking that, and that's alluding to the title that you might have seen in terms of, is he a Nest 2.0 or is he some variety of Nest? He is not, first of all, but he's not a Nest. And let me tell you why I think he is closer to something like Nest than others. As I was going back on some of this footage, I noticed just how intense the damage mitigation became the longer the battle went. I mean, I think I saw an attack in here somewhere in like the 120 range, right? Which is pretty crazy. There are not many characters in the game that can stack armor as high as he did, and I think in this video I did some of the math behind it. He was somewhere around 6,000 defense, putting him at like 95% armor. And that's different than Nest, right? Nest does not mitigate damage like that. She stacks bonus protection, which obviously has a different dynamic to it, which can still be crushed by Spy. And, one of the reasons Spy would do so well is that not only was there stacking buffs on Spy with the stealth, but there was also stacking debuffs on Nest. But with Han, he would do really well. It didn't matter, though, because we have SWAT team, as you're seeing here. I love using Nest here. I climb with it every day in my arena shard, and it's become a very reliable counter for Darth Revan and Malak and all that for me, even if they're really well geared. But to use someone like a veteran smuggler Han in her place of the SWAT team, not as easy. I think I probably did maybe 20 or 30 battles over the last week or so trying to figure out how I could get his kit to work like I was getting the Nest kit to work. And I will tell you, there's a lot of nuance to it. It takes a lot of practice. Much in the way that I counter a lot of things with Scoundrels, there are not a lot of easy options. You got to really kind of know and study the kits and know who does what and kind of get a sense for what the AI is going to accomplish. And, eventually, if you've done it enough times and you kind of see a lot of the same things over and over, you'll get a sense for where you start to attack, what your target prioritization is, and then eventually it starts to really click with you in terms of making sure that you know where to go and what to do. And so what I'll show you now are some of those successes, because I did get a little bit of hate on the Reddit post that I had put where people were like, oh, you didn't take this against any Gear 13 Malaks. That Malak had like 40k health and it was pretty much garbage. And so I said, no. I have the footage and I'm going to prove it to you. I have been able to beat some really well-geared and modded Malaks and overall Sith Empire teams with Vet Han subbing in for Nest. And again, I will not likely use this in something like Grand Arena or in Territory Wars. It's not as reliable as I would want, but it is still a lot of fun. I still use it in my arena, and I still am able to climb with, maybe one refresh at most. But the point is, it's something different, and it's something that I think a lot of people are going to experience differently than I do, because, again, I think you have to be a little bit insane to take them all the way to Relic 7. Although I will say there are a few people on my Scoundrel Discord that have already alluded to the fact that they're crazy enough to join me. So those of you out there that are joining me, you know who you are. Caesar, I will say your name on this video. Thank you so much, because I don't want to be the only person with a Relic 7 Zeta smuggler Han. But anyway, you're seeing this footage, you're seeing how it's playing out, and it became pretty predictable, right? I've got several iterations here. I did it against things that had Sith Trooper. I did him with a Brood Alpha. I did him with a Sith Marauder. Actually, I think Sith Marauder was probably the easiest lead because there wasn't as much AoE going on. But either way, I think it's so much fun, and it's just a blast. Is this going to counter the general Skywalker incoming meta? I don't think so. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to figure out a different way, because there's obviously a little bit of a issue I'm gonna have to get around with not being able to have the infinite revives that Vandor Chewbacca gives me. I think CG probably maybe knew this is what I was gonna use, and so therefore they've kind of put a damper on both my squads and anyone that loves Night Sisters or others. So I'm a little bit perplexed. But guess what? I am not down. I will figure this out. We will figure this out. I think the ultimate advantage of the smuggler faction, or the scoundrel faction in general, is the diversity and the breadth of the characters that you have. While Galactic Republic, I think, has 20 something, there are 30 of these scoundrels here, and so I know we will be able to find a combination that will take out not only the Sith Empire, but of course what will be the upcoming 501st meta that we are all about to experience, just in time for them to give us a new scoundrel, hopefully, like an OG Lando or a vet smuggler Lando. If you're listening to me, CG, I am desperately wanting a veteran smuggler Lando. I think that would be great. I think you would be doing everyone a favor by putting him in the game, and I think it would be a sheer miss if we did not include him. So, all right, so now we've moved into some just bonus footage. I was able to actually take out some really good other teams, both Relic, Nuke squads, as well as JKR. Nothing too crazy. Obviously, it worked like it does in other examples. And lastly, I want to show you how this looks on defense. I put a little bit of a weird twist on my squad, and had one of my my shard mates, Pills, come and show what he could do with his Shock T lead and his 501st. And it was pretty hilarious, because as you're going to see in this footage, he does get my Vandor Chewbacca down, and he does start to take some of the other characters out. But this is a learning lesson for everyone. If you think you've won against some Relic scoundrels, think again. Do not put it on auto. Do not walk away. It will get ugly for you very quickly as you watch this footage play out. He thought he was there. He thought he was good, but then he failed to realize that they hit really hard, both on offense and defense. And so I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you all very, very soon. Hey everyone, it's Man Clash coming to you at the end of this video, first and foremost to say thank you so much for the continued support over the last several months. If you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps out the channel. I'd also like to encourage you to join the Scoundrel Discord. There I keep a lot of things hidden, including extra guides, unlisted videos, and other ways that I am using both Scoundrels and many other factions to counter each other that you can benefit from. Lastly, if you enjoy my content, I'd also encourage you to check out the Patreon that I have set up for our server and for myself. It really helps out, support the channel, and grow as we continue to fight the meta with Scoundrels and everything else. So, thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next video.